Chapter 1: The Boy with the Iron Gaze. The wind whispered through the tall hedgerows of Kennington, curling around chimney tops and rustling the ivy that clung stubbornly to the red brick terraces. The year was 1897, and the streets of South London were slick with the recent rain. Mud clung to carriage wheels and children's boots alike. A veil of drizzle hung in the air, soft as breath, dampening the cobblestones and painting everything with a film of gray. Inside a modest, narrow townhouse where the windows were fogged by the clash of outside chill and inside coal heat, a boy sat at a table too tall for him. His name was Bernard Law Montgomery. 8 years old and already forged in an atmosphere of emotional cold and Spartan routine. The table he worked at had deep scratches along its surface, each mark earned through years of service and impatience. Dust lined the crevices like ancient mortar. A chipped ceramic inkpot stood beside his elbow, its contents drying into crust. He held a pencil, its end dull and chewed, and his small fingers clenched it like a soldier clutches a bayonet. The Montgomery home was quiet, too quiet. The sort of silence that didn't allow for dreaming. The kind of silence that wrapped around the ribs and made a boy either shrink or sharpen. Bernard, even at this age, chose the latter. He sat still, posture impeccable, not from discipline but defiance. The wallpaper behind him was a faded pattern of ivy and roses, its floral cheerfulness long defeated by time and coal smoke. Dampness crept in around the corners of the ceiling. A single drop of water formed at the rim of the sash window, clinging stubbornly, before falling with a near imperceptible plink onto the sill. He didn't flinch. He didn't blink. His eyes, a piercing steel gray even then, were fixed on the book before him, Pilgrim's Progress, with frayed corners and a cracked spine. Montgomery's father, Henry, a strict Anglican bishop, sat in the next room, reading theology by the pale glow of an oil lamp. The flame hissed against the damp. The lamp glass was clouded by the residue of countless refills. On the end table sat a silver lighter, its surface engraved with the initials HAM. It had a peculiar rattle when flicked open, as if holding in 1,000 suppressed sermons. It hadn't been used that day. The bishop disapproved of smoking, but permitted it for guests only in moderation, and only when speaking of the empire. Montgomery's mother, Maud, was a colder force still. Rigid in her posture, severe in her expectations. Her presence was that of a stone wall, unmovable, unyielding. She ran the household like a garrison, and Bernard responded like a soldier, quiet, observant, exacting. Emotion had no foothold here. Even laughter sounded out of place, like boots echoing.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?